I thought I'd share my recipe for a leek mushroom and nut Wellington. It's really simple to make. It takes some time, but it's a one-pot meal. You need chopped mushrooms, chopped leeks, a little sage and onion stuffing mix, some chopped kale, this was from our garden, some nutritional yeast, soy sauce, white miso paste. All these things you can pick up from a supermarket. And this is a pack of whole chestnuts, cooked whole chestnuts, vacuum packed. They look pretty awful, don't they? Like little mini brains, I thought, but they look a lot nicer once they're chopped up. And they're nice and meaty and give it a bit of texture. This is some chopped walnuts and pecans, just 25 grams of each. I've put some oil into a large frying pan, or you can use a wok, and add the leek. I'm frying the leek for a few moments with the kale to wilt it all down. And you don't want the heat too high here. You don't want anything to brown or stick to the bottom of the pan. So adjust your heat accordingly. I speeded this up, but it probably took about 10 or 15 minutes in total. Just keep stirring it every now and again. I'm now adding in my garlic. I like to put that in once everything has cooked slightly to avoid it becoming burnt or bitter. Again, I've speeded this up, but continue cooking for a few moments to cook that garlic. And now I'm adding my chopped chestnut mushrooms. Chestnut mushrooms are lovely. They're quite a firm textured mushroom. They hold their shape well, and they've got a lovely flavour, as well as having that beautiful brown earthy colour, which really adds to this dish. Regular mushrooms tend to go a bit grey and insipid looking. I'm cooking that all down until the moisture from the mushrooms has evaporated and the mixture starts to become quite dry. I'm now adding the miso paste, 1 tablespoon of miso paste. And this is 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 15 ml. Finally, the nutritional yeast flakes. These are made either by Marigold or the ones I had here were Nooch. A couple of tablespoons. They provide a nice cheesy flavour. All through, and once that is combined, I add the sage and onion stuffing mix and set that aside to cool. It's all starting to get quite dried out now, the mixture, and quite sticky, which is exactly what we want it to do. We want it to hold together when we put it into the pastry. In with the sage and onion stuffing mix, 25 grams. Give that all a good mix, and the sage and onion stuffing is really starting to absorb the moisture that's left and keeping everything nice and sticky and keeping it held together well. I set that mixture aside then until it was completely cold. I don't want to be putting any warm mixture into my pastry. And here you see I've put the mixture into the centre of my pastry sheet, and now the challenge of getting everything packed in there. I started off doing this with my hands, but it was quite sticky and messy. And I soon realised it might be a lot easier to try and do it with the back of a spoon. So that was what I tried next. The spoon worked much better. I'm packing that in really nicely and firmly. You don't want any gaps. You don't want this to be crumbly. It will make the Wellington fall apart. So I'm really squashing it down. And here we are wetting the edges of the pastry. We need that to create a good seal. I just used some tap water for this. Just about an inch all the way around the edge. I wasn't quite sure how well this would work, but actually it went very smoothly. Squashing it all down, creating a good seal, folding the ends in to make a little parcel. And this will be flipped over before cooking, so the seal will be underneath. And once again, this seemed to go pretty well. It has been known for me to end up accidentally throwing a dish that I've spent quite some time putting together onto the floor, but it didn't happen on this occasion. Now I'm using a sharp knife to score the pastry, trying not to cut all the way through, although I think I probably did go a bit deep, as you'll see once it's cooked. The pastry split apart. And then I put it in the fridge to chill for about an hour. It's ready for cooking now. I've kept it covered. So take away the paper. And I've got a beaten egg here, which I'm just going to use to glaze the pastry. That'll give it a lovely golden colour and leave the pastry nice and crisp. And here I'm just sprinkling over some nigella seeds. They're for decoration more than anything, but they do add a slight oniony flavour. Need to spread those out a bit more. Didn't like the clump that landed when I first shook the pot. So it's out of the oven. It's been cooking in a 200 degrees oven for around 30 minutes. And I'm serving it with some oven roasted parsnip and carrots. I've sprinkled those with some cumin seeds. It's a shame it fell apart. It would have looked quite stunning without this big crater in the top. But never mind. It's not going to change how it tastes. Time to serve it up. This makes about 4 portions. I was very pleased because the pastry was crispy, both on top and underneath. No soggy bottom. No need for any potatoes with this. Plenty of carbs in the vegetables and in the pastry. A nice colourful dish. And it's great because really not much washing up at all. Just one pan for the roasted vegetables and the baking tray for the Wellington. And that was it. And the pan that I cooked the filling in. It was delicious.